like maybe, obviously they trusted Brian. He'd been on a few shows, so, but whatever is basically like, yeah, just go out there and do your thing, do whatever it was that got you here, and do it your best. So
That's
me and
super
Brian
cool.
went out there. Brian and I wrestled each other so many times. The Rockness Monsters and Natural Selection were married. We wrestled damn near every Friday night and the occasional Saturday and Sunday shows. Like we wrestled Natural Selection for like a year straight,
So
like all
before
of
this,
2010.
or
Like yeah, end of '09. Like once Rockness formed in, because Rockness formed in September in San Diego, but not until like almost December, I think, in no, not even. It was like spring that they finally let us team in Mach 1, and then which turned into like, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and all that stuff. And we literally wrestled Ricker LA Knight, as he is known now, and Brian Cage. We wrestled them almost every Friday. Like we just tag teams or singles, and then we would switch to singles, and then we would do tornado tag, and then we would add a six man from another feud, or two singles guys from another feud, and it was a six man. Like I wrestled them so many times. So me and Brian just, we gelled, we had chemistry, and we always have too. Any other time we touched in PWG or anywhere really, me and Brian have always worked really well together, which is, I would think you would kind of assume unexpected. A guy that size could literally do whatever he wants to me, and all he ever has done for me is taken care of me and made me look good. And and I've always made sure I'm there to make him look good too. I kind of don't have a choice because he's so strong, but you know what I mean.
so you have nothing but good things to say about Brian Cage, and it's not a surprise that he's a star on television today. That's for sure.
I mean, he looks like the prototype of what a pro wrestler would be, and just early on being that young, I had only been wrestling for like almost like barely not even 3 years when I debuted in PWG. And so uh he had already been in and out of WWE. He was in FCW, all this stuff. He
Right.
literally could have treated me however he wanted, both physically and, vetting me, but he just made sure that everybody looked good and we had a good time and nobody got hurt.
Now,
So I
just for
mean,
my
my
own
debut,
reference, was
yeah.
this when he was getting into the fully jacked Brian Cage that fans have gone on to know, or was he? Because I know at one point there was a smaller Brian Cage, and then he just got huge. Is this
I
was this like
mean,
in the middle, or was he
he was
already?
I mean, he was still he was a big dude. He was still a big dude, but coming fresh out of SCW, he wasn't quite as big as he was. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I would say it was like a middle phase because he actually got really like still jacked, but
Hmm,
like cut up for a couple bodybuilding competitions. And then after that, it just was bigger, bigger, bigger,
gotcha,
bigger, bigger,
gotcha.
bigger, bigger. Yeah. So I mean, he still looked great, looked better than everybody else at Mach 1 on Fridays. Him and Ricker were definitely the example of who to look at. We would have Scorpio Sky would be there on Fridays sometimes too. He was another guy that everyone was like, all right, we got to look, got to try to look good, got to look like a star, got to look like a star. And that helped a lot of us younger guys. Me and Peter were tiny.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, like, and we got judged on that a lot, especially in PWG. People would always say Peter was too scrawny.